Hi there, Chris Hamilton here from Sales Tip a Day, and today what I'm going to show you is I'm going to show you how to actually take two pieces of disparate information in Excel and show them how to, or show you how to actually find out if there are matching names or matching figures or matching numbers on those lists. So what I've done, I've actually got a copy from the oil and gas board here in Alberta of all the companies that are registered and licensed to actually do business in here. Now I've also went and got a list that would actually show all the oil and gas companies that are listed on the Toronto Stock Exchange and the Toronto Venture Exchange. And what I want to do is I want to be able to see how many of these companies are actually operating in Alberta. So for time's sake, what I did was I actually took the Toronto Stock Exchange list, compiled it, and put it in here. Normally you could do the same sort of thing as take that information and compile it. So on this sheet I've got the company, their symbol, their value, and what exchange they're on, whether it's the Toronto Stock Exchange Ventures or it's the Toronto Stock Exchange list. One way or the other, doesn't matter. It's just a matter of pulling up the information. So ideally I want to be able to match these companies with the companies that are listed here. And how you do that is through a great little formula called Vlookup, and I'll show you how that works. What you do is you go into a cell that you want to figure out whether it's the information on the other page is available, and you hit equals VLOOKUP, VLOOKUP bracket. And then what I want to do is I want to look up the value. So I want to see if that is sitting on the other list, this quantity here, and I click on that. I put a comma in here. And then the next thing I do is I go to the data source that I want to look up, which is on sheet 2. And I start at the very top here. Well, actually, I go to A2, which is the company name, and I bring it all the way down to the bottom. Here. And the important part is go up into your formula bar and click on the first number there in the sheet that you want to do and hit F4, and then the next one, which would be F4. That keeps that whole second column locked in place, basically, so you can see all the numbers. Sometimes if you don't do that, you'll get omissions on the numbers. But remember, hit F4 and then F4 on the second number. Now you hit another comma here, and then what you do is, because I'm looking up the first column and only one column, I'm going to hit 1 in here. If I was looking it up on a second column or third column or fourth column on the second sheet, then I would put 2 for the second column, 3 for the third column, 4 for the fourth column, so on and so forth. And last but not least, you hit a comma, and then you have you want to be able to do either an approximate match or a false or an exact match. And I want to look for an exact match. If you put so you type false in here. If you put true, it brings back too many false positives, I guess is the best way to look at it. So anyways, now what I do is I hit enter, and I see an NA, so I know that this is not sitting on that sheet. But then what I do is I'll take this and I will just on the bottom all the way down there. And a lot of these companies aren't showing up, but for example, Encana is. So Encana is sitting on the list of the TSX listed companies on the second sheet here, and it's also sitting on this list here. So what I'll do is I will go down all the way to the bottom, and I will capture this, and we'll put a quick filter on it, and we'll filter from A to Z, and there you go. It pulled up quite a few companies that are actually doing business in the Alberta marketplace that are listed on the code here. So anyways, that's a great little way to go find information between two disparate data sources or data sheets within an Excel spreadsheet to find the information that you may be looking for. Hopefully that's useful. If you want to figure out how to use it, please feel free, or want to expand on it, please feel free to give me send me an email at chris@salestipaday.com. And also, if you want to see useful sales and marketing information and tips, go to www.salesforce or www.salestipaday.com.